Welcome, everyone. My name is Debbie Legaska, and I would like to share my view of the Billy Graham Rule. You may be asking, what is the Billy Graham Rule? According to author Tish Harrison Warren in her article, It's Not Billy Graham or Bust for ChristianityToday.com, the rule is men and women should never meet alone. In the past, I've been coached and mentored by men, and I can say with 100% confidence that I did not experience any gender issues with them, nor did they have any issues coaching a woman. I've been coached in the motion picture entertainment industry and church ministry, both with high percentages of men, and have experienced nothing but the utmost respect from male coaches, mentors, and counterparts. I believe having the opportunity to be coached or mentored by the opposite gender allows for different viewpoints that can be gained from their perspective. I also experienced the same thing when I was a youth pastor. As a Foursquare pastor, there is particular polity that is followed when working with children and youth, and I was held to those standards by my senior pastor and the Foursquare denomination. My integrity and moral principles include respect, honesty, equality, and sincerity. I hold myself accountable to my moral principles and allow those I respect and trust to hold me accountable also. I do not put myself or like to be put into compromising positions where my integrity is questioned or skewed. I want my integrity to lead by example. I respect the viewpoint of the Billy Graham Rule that men and women should never meet alone, but I find it a bit antiquated for the current times. I also agree with author Tish Harrison Warren that this rule renders male-female friendships impossible. In 2 Peter 1, 5-7, Peter encourages the reader to grow in their faith and spiritual maturity by having good virtues, one of which is self-control. Self-control should be at the top of the list, how to conduct oneself, regardless of whether it's a business, friendly, or romantic relationship. Self-respect and respect for others goes a long way. Though I'm not a parent, I believe morals are taught at a young age. I believe it is a parent or an influential adult's duty to instill in and exhibit moral principles to their children and the younger generation. Let me talk to the parents and influential adults. Teach your sons to be chivalrous and to respect women of all ages and know and understand their self-worth. Teach your daughters the same, especially from a male's perspective. And ladies, encourage your daughters to be strong, courageous, and defend their self-worth. Early in my career, when it came to meetings with the opposite gender, I had no issue. I was young and I didn't know any better until I was witness to something that could have been considered verbal and physical misconduct of two co-workers and realized that I did not want to be caught in a similar situation because it was not professional. Because I was raised by the standard, see something, say something, and if I were in that same situation, I would want to be held accountable for my actions. I went to my female coworker and let her know that I saw and heard, and that if I saw and heard it, more than likely I was not the only one. Author Patrick Lencioni writes in his book, The Advantage, Why Organizational Health Trumps Everything Else in Business. Peer-to-peer accountability is the primary and most effective source of accountability. My coworker was appreciative of me coming to her as a peer and holding her accountable for her actions and apologized for her not being professional. I also learned in some situations that some situations can be compromising when not seen in context. Once in a closed-door meeting, I gave my boss a hug for giving me a good review, and out of context, that could have been misunderstood. In hindsight, that was probably not the best impression or most professional, but he did not mind. Anyone watching could have seen it differently. From that moment on, our interactions ended in a handshake. Because of these two scenarios, I am always conscious of my interaction with the opposite gender. Because of our society, scandals are often more put to the forefront, and the church sector, and any sector for that matter, is not exempt. Scandals can be handled by Scandals can be avoided by following a set of safeguards. Warren, who is married, shares some of the safeguards that her husband and she follow, some of which are: we rarely hang out with the opposite sex friends alone at night, and we pray for our marriage. If you're single, pray for your married friends. If you're married, pray for your single friends. Being single, as myself, my safeguards include I always meet in a public space and I'm aware of my surroundings. We all have personal rules and standards that we choose to live by, whether single or married, male or female. Occasionally, we have to take inventory of those rules to ensure that we are not putting ourselves into circumstances that can be misunderstood by either party or by someone else. As we change and grow, our standards will change and grow as well, but self-control and love should influence all those standards from the start. Thank you for watching my video.